Alright, how's it going, guys? So, oh, that's a quick sneak peek of another video. So what we're gonna be doing is a starter dragons team. Now, I'd like to start off by noting that I have been very, very bad for the last 2 years. 2.5 years, jeez. I've been running the towers in dragons. I've been killing either the left or the right tower first, and then finally going to the dragon after the towers are dead and he can no longer receive immunity. Now, that is not what any of you by any means should do unless you're trying to get there without your runes being ready and if you're planning on using Lumi, probably. Honestly, like, running the towers is so risky, but somehow I've been running 90 to 100% consistency. I just ended up with the rune quality to do it. Basically, I was letting Sig or Theo suicide the tower, and if Theo did it, then I would end up with all 5 monsters for the boss, because Theo has his Endure. If Sig did it, I'd have 4 monsters for the boss, and I was still clearing. Now, while that works, it's not efficient, and it's not good. Don't do that. What I'm going to suggest is the basic starter team. Use Megan. I'm actually going to run Vertihile for this first run. We'll probably use Theo as a second damage dealer for the second time around. But I'd like to preface this by closing that chat. By taking a look at Megan here. She is not skilled at all. Her second skill isn't even maxed, which is like the important one. And her runes are garbage. Really and truly bad. Not that anything else is all that much better. My Vertihile's not even 100% crit rate. My Vero's looking okay. I'll admit to that. He's not great by any means, but he's alright. Same with Bella. You're looking to shoot for about 180 speed on both. Vero obviously faster than Bella. And actually Megan can even be a little bit slower than your Vero, ideally. Just so that he's cleansing before she's taking a turn. And ideally, you'd like Verde to be the slowest monster on your team so that you can rotate through, but my Sig right now is not on a speed build. So that's what we're looking at right now. Let's go ahead and dive in. Now, as it stands, this team is not 100% consistent, but that is only because Megan is not skilled out. And again, you do not need any of your arena towers built for this, nothing like that. This team should just clear. Their abilities are what makes it happen, not really like the rune quality or anything so much. Obviously it matters. But again, like, Megan's not maxed skilled, she's on really bad spare runes, she's not even max level. I just started building her like 2 weeks ago. But it's already a better team to be running than anything else. And now the other important thing, if you're just going to dive in an auto, you're not going to try to manual it first, set your, actually here, let me show you. Go to settings, click boss battle, and make sure that boss is the only thing selected. If you try to take down the towers first with this team, it might work, but it probably won't. Just how it is. It needs the face check. That's the point of this team. And if you accidentally kill the tower with anything on this team, you'll probably fail out. Now, the other thing, the important aspect of this team is that it has 2 counts of strip. Like, that's crucial. Without it, you could miss with one and end up failing out because the boss keeps his immunity, or you don't have the strip and then defense break combo, which could end up forcing you to fail out that way too. Let's hope this clears. I really don't want to have to re-record this. Alright, see, there's the strip one, and we're just gonna keep going. There's defense break, speed up, icy volcano. Sig's only hitting for like 25k, not all that great, but there's the second strip count. Defense break again, and we keep just chugging along. And there it is. Even without max skills or even max runes, anything like that, we're still running about a 220 consistent time. I've gotten it down just below 2 minutes with new Sig, but this team is good. It works every time. Okay, not every time, but most of the time. And I think once Megan's skilled out, it should be 100% consistency, but let's go ahead and take a look at these runes. If you looked at my Giants video I posted just recently, this is the exact same Sig build. Vertihile, again, Fatal, really mediocre runes. Obviously, that being the exception, I'm actually very proud of this rune. But other than that, like, nothing special at all. 15 and 18% crit rate are the highest on him. I definitely need to be fixing that. Unfortunately, I just don't have the runes to do it at the moment. Who else was in here? We had Bella. Where are they? There's Bella. Stats, nothing special. He is skilled out. He is 6-starred. Might work at 5, but no promises. I know Megan did work at 5-star. I just 6'd her to make sure I wouldn't feed her again. But that means you only need 4 6-starred monsters to clear this. However, you do need some decent-ish runes just because it is Dragon's b10, and if you take one shot from the boss and wipe, then obviously it's not going to keep working. And then Megan over here, again, really poorly built. I will fully admit to that. She's missing a harmful effect rate and a cooldown turn on the second skill. Now, why that's a problem? Harmful effect rate includes the strip. Like, 75% chance of strip, potential of 90. No, potential of 100, I'm sorry. The first skill up brings it up to 85. So make sure, if you're going to run this team, you skill her out completely. The other thing is that cooldown turn, or cool time turn, on the third skill, the cooldown reduction, lets her get that defense and attack buff up a lot faster, which lets your team run it faster and more consistently because they'll have higher defense. And then the dot on the auto attack, obviously the additional harmful effect rates will help with that landing more often, and thus speeding up your team on the dragon itself. Won't matter too much on the waves. I think that's everyone I was running there, but if we go back in and we run without Vertihile, because I know some people struggle to get him, he is an at 4, he's not exactly free. Who do we want? Let's try with Spectra first, and after Spectra we'll do it with, who do we want? We'll try Kona. I think Kona should work. He's another one of those monsters that are pretty stable. Now, unfortunately, this team might run just a little bit slower or just a bit faster because of the additional damage on Spectra. But the Konamiya team will definitely be a lot slower because my Vertihile is a damage build. Be nice if we could land a defense break, though. And the lag is definitely going to slow this team down. Oh, come on. I don't know what I'm doing with my face right now. Just kind of wait until we get to the boss. Now, again, like I said in the Giants video, though, if you guys have any ideas for teams to run, I've got a couple queued up, ready to go, but I'm looking to try to post as much as I can, try to get some of these new users maybe through Giants, or maybe to speed up their Giants and Dragons teams. And if you've got any ideas for a speed Necro team for me, that would be great, because I don't have one yet. Just got through speeding up my Dragons teams, actually. Ooh, we missed the strip. There it is. Which, that was that team I accidentally flashed you guys at the beginning. And it looks like we're going to clear just fine this time. See what our team looks like, their time looks like, though. 227, pretty much the same. And this is without Vertihile. This whole team is farmable and fusible. You know, I'm actually pretty low on Revenge Runes at the moment. I'm going to end up keeping that, but normally I would definitely recommend you don't keep runes that look like that once you get to my point in the game. And let's try it with Konamiya, see if it clears. Now, my Kona is actually very, very fast and fairly tanky. I built him for raid. So maybe not look too heavily at what my Kona looks like. He will run just fine on Swift. Same with Veromos and Bella, though I definitely like the Vio Bella better than Swift. They will run. So if this is your first time building a team, don't be too worried about getting violent runes on them right away. It will speed and up your consistency if you eventually do, but I realize that if you're just now clearing dragons for the first time, like, that might not be a possibility unless you were farming the crap out of 7. But obviously, if you're at the point of dragons, you should have cleared giants already, so you should have the swift, fatal, whatever runes needed to make this run before you go into it. Not that it takes too high a stats, it's just, if it's your first clear, it might take you a little while to get there. The other important thing to remember is speed isn't everything unless you're burning crystals to refresh. It's all about the consistency at the end of the day. Like, if you're wasting energy, you're wasting resources, and that could have been your 6-star legendary rune you've been waiting on that you failed out on. Like, that's just simple and plain how it is, which is unfortunate for me mostly, because my teams are never 100% consistent. I don't. If it runs, it runs, and if it doesn't, I fix it. Ooh. I did not like that. See, there's the Viobella just coming in handy again, stripping and then landing the defense break, which is just great. I love it so much. Megan just missing that strip. Bella missing the strip too. Ouch. This might be a wipe just because of those skill ups. I really needed that to land. Wow, 2 in a row. That's rough. There's the toad poison. Cool. Well, this is actually a lot more stable. I don't know why I wasn't running this before. Ooh, we really need the strip right now, though. There it is. It's not looking too bad. We should clear. It's a little bit slower. I think that's why I wasn't running it. Yeah, almost 4 minutes that time because we missed the strip. That's the only downside to this team. If you miss the strip, you're screwed. But let's go ahead and take a look at the runes for Spectra first. I am a little bit proud of my Spectra. It's fairly slow, unfortunately, but it does have a lot of decent runes on it to get the accuracy and the crit rate incredibly high. Now, if you have to run a crit rate or an accuracy main stat, that's fine. The only thing I would worry about then is maybe not being tanky enough to take the punch from any of the towers. I'm only sitting at 70% on both and 170% crit damage. Obviously, those are rounding, but you get my point. Moving over to Kona, though, he is sitting at 200 speed. 203 actually technically, and 28k HP. His defense is actually fairly low, but I'm running Violent Broken just for the stats. Nothing too special, minus that 16 speed Violent is a little up there. But other than that, not too amazing by any means. But yeah, so that's Megan. Let's go back to her real quick. Definitely 110% something people should be building early game. She is super useful and was usable at 5-star, by the way. I think I said that before, but I just want to reiterate that if you're struggling to build your Dragon's team, definitely look at building her. Definitely try her out at 5-star, because she was, again, just not great runes and only 5-star, running just fine. I'm running speed, defense, HP, but speed, HP will work just fine. But make sure you're not running speed, defense, because her base defense stat is actually kind of low. I mean, it's not terrible, but HP is going to be more beneficial. I like the combination of the two because that gives you a little extra damage reduction so that she can sustain a little better. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Again, like and subscribe, please, and drop a comment if you have any ideas for other teams for Giants or Dragons, or even a speed Necro team that I could be taking a look at. These are all of my monsters. my storage is pretty barren except for rainbows and angels. But thanks for watching. Catch you guys later.